Welcome back. Thanks very much for staying on with us here on WION World is One. What a moment it has been for Team India at the Olympics. Neeraj Chopra has done it. It's history that's been made with him bagging the gold medal and ending India's long wait for that medal in athletics. Neeraj Chopra bagging the gold medal with that javelin throw. Our sports editor Digvijay Singhdeo is with us. The newsroom has been buzzing with anticipation and now with celebration. Just first, put this in context for our viewers, how significant, how historic this moment really is.
I don't know what to say, Molly. I just don't know what to say. We, you, me, everyone here in this newsroom, we have just witnessed history. I was lucky enough, I was fortunate enough, I was privileged enough to see Abhinav Bindra win the gold at the Beijing Games. It's taken 13 years. India has not just won a second Olympic gold medal, Molly, in an individual capacity. This is the first ever medal for Indian athletics. This is one of the greatest moments in Indian sport. I cannot tell you, Molly. I really want to jump up from this chair and come across and just run a 400-meter dash around this newsroom. This is that big. This is massive.
I will not let you do that right this minute. I have to also ask you to break down that one-by-one match performance and also get our viewers a quick recap of that stellar performance by Neeraj Chopra.
Yes, Neeraj Chopra was always one of the favorites. He was a favorite for a medal. He was a favorite for a medal in the men's javelin simply because he was the reigning Commonwealth Games champion and he was also the Asian Games gold medalist from the 2018 Asian Games in Jakarta, where in fact I saw him win a gold medal there. He threw an 88. His biggest competitor was Johannes Vetter. Now Vetter is a German thrower who has thrown 97 meters and his target was to throw something around 100 meters and break the world record. Well, Johannes Vetter did not adapt to the conditions. It looked like he was struggling with injury. He finished 9th. Here came India's Neeraj Chopra. He was the first thrower in this final because he had qualified first as well a few days back. His first throw, Molly, was 87.03. And you were sitting next to me and I said, irrespective of what happens, that's a medal. That is a medal because at the Rio Games in 2016, the bronze medal went around 85 point something. So a medal was confirmed. Here comes Neeraj Chopra once again for a second throw and he goes 87.58. There was nobody in this field who could have gone better. There was just one man. That was Johannes Vetter. But Johannes Vetter was disappointed. He fell. He had a foul on his second attempt and he was out, and then his third throw was also a foul and he was out. At that point of time there was sort of this energy seeping through all of us who've woken up early in the morning for Aditya Ashok. Suddenly we are bouncing around like 20-year-olds. That is how Neeraj Chopra actually went and won it. And the best part was, for the first two of his throws, he knew he had pulled off a big throw. That's very crucial in athletics, that's very crucial in javelin, that you get the first throw on the board and after that you put your opponents under pressure. Vetter, the moment Vetter was out, that gold was confirmed. He was just waiting to see if anyone even comes close. It was a no contest. This is history being made in front of our eyes. In this country, athletics has always, Molly, been about near misses. We always remember with a hint of sadness the late Milkha Singh finishing 4th at the Rome Olympics in the 400 meters. After him it was Gurbachan Randhawa who came 5th in Tokyo in 1964 in the 110-meter hurdles. P.T. Usha won 1,000th of a second in 1984. After that, Anju Bobby George came 5th in long jump in 2004. Krishna Punia and Vikas Gowda reached the final in discus at the London Games. And at the last games, you had Lalita Babar also reaching the final. This just goes to show that athletics isn't a sport where India has traditionally done well. You know, you celebrate the people who managed to reach a final, like Kamalpreet Kaur in the women's discus on Monday. And here comes this young lad from Panipat. He's been around for a while. He's in fact been here in our studio sitting where you are sitting, Molly. And he's gone there and created history. This truly is remarkable.
I was just coming to that. Not only is this performance and this match truly historic and a source of inspiration, his entire journey, what a spectacular one it has been, and will continue to inspire many generations to come.
Yes, and this is, it's always that first medal, Molly. You know, India's been close in athletics. Yes, we will never be able to challenge perhaps in the men's 100 meters, the 200 meters. But in field and throw events, there have been chances. There have been chances in the past. But perhaps what was lacking, in my mind, was the self-belief. And that self-belief today is now there. Every other Indian athlete, even the ones who are training at home, suddenly have a benchmark. It's no longer unattainable. It's a similar story to what happened with Abhinav Bindra and shooting in the year 2008. A lot of the shooters who went to these Olympic Games, unfortunately, they could not win a medal, but they were all inspired by seeing Abhinav Bindra on the podium. The wrestlers, Sushil Kumar, Yogeshwar Dutt, they were all inspired by seeing Leander Paes on the podium when he won a bronze medal in 1996 and sort of triggered off this this march of the Olympic sports, you know, and which is culminated in this is the 7th medal for India. And what I just forgot to just add is that with this medal, India has officially surpassed the tally of London. This is officially India's best Olympic Games. This is what will happen now in Indian sport. Every other athlete will have that self-belief. They will find that extra 5 to 10%. And that's what you need. That was what was lacking. That's what has changed.
Absolutely. It is a moment that will go down in history books for sure. Just a quick recap for viewers who might just be tuning in. History has been made. Neeraj Chopra entering the history books with that javelin throw gold medal. And what a performance it has been, as Digvijay was just telling us and breaking down for us bit by bit that performance, which has led to Neeraj Chopra not just fulfilling more than 1 billion expectations, bagging that gold medal, ending India's long wait. Neeraj Chopra winning the javelin gold. Now, just to break this down for our viewers who might just be tuning in, the 23-year-old has obviously been fueling the country's expectations by topping that qualification round with a stunning first round throw of 86.59 meters earlier. And that is where it just began. From that moment onwards, there was no looking back. Neeraj Chopra had already been touted as one of India's strongest bets for an Olympic medal. So expectations were definitely riding high. You can only imagine the kind of pressure that has been on Neeraj Chopra's shoulders, on his team. But with that performance, he's not just fulfilled more than 1 billion expectations, he's also carried through what India has been hoping for and ended India's long wait for that medal in athletics. So this moment, the one that was witnessed just a short while back in Tokyo, was historic for multiple reasons. Those are the visuals that we are getting to you. If we can also give our viewers a sense of the jubilation coming in. Let's get our viewers a sense of the jubilation that's coming in from Neeraj Chopra's village, his home. That's just a sample of the celebration, of course, that India is putting on display. This is just the beginning. We've got congratulatory messages pouring in from across the country. There have been tweets that have been put out from well-known personalities to thousands of Indians who were watching that match with bated breath. It was a nail-biter right till the end. That is the one photograph that will remain etched in every Indian's mind for generations, for years, for decades to come. Neeraj Chopra has fulfilled not just the expectations of those who have been carrying through that journey with him, but more than 1 billion Indians who have been waiting with bated breath for this moment. Going back across to our sports editor, Digvijay Singh Deo, I believe you have some reactions coming in, Digvijay.
Yes, one has been busy, hasn't it? I mean, it's just something which perhaps, Molly, in our lifetimes, it's very rare. I think one of the reasons why people need to understand, a lot of our viewers across the world will be wondering, why is suddenly everyone so excited? India does not win Olympic gold medals. India has last won an Olympic gold medal at the Beijing Games in 2008. It seems like a lifetime ago. All those athletes, all those shooters have since retired. I'm joined now by Rahul Pawar. Rahul is an athletics analyst. He's joining me from London. Can I see him? Yes, I can. Rahul, do I see more than a hint of a smile on your face? Because when I called you 10 minutes back, you were crying.
Yes, I was crying. Sorry. It's not every day you get to cry like this. Winning an Olympic medal in the history of athletics. It's unprecedented for India. And I'm just still catching up to what's happening there. When I saw the Jakub is not throwing and the Neeraj come from the gold medal, yeah, it just fulfilled my Olympic dream. You know, I started my dream with javelin.
Yes, you are a javelin thrower yourself. You are a javelin thrower yourself. If I can actually interrupt you, because I'm sorry I can't join you in this outpouring of emotion, but just as somebody who has thrown the javelin as well, Rahul, just break down those first two throws. They were as close to perfection as possible. Tell our viewers what it takes to hurl that javelin 87.58 meters.
Neeraj did very well. He was very composed. He knew what he was supposed to do on the first throw. He knew he needed to launch a big throw, and he did it. He started it. He had a little bit of runway check, but then he just get on with his final steps, and really it was perfect timing. And as a result, he had the massive throw, which he's used to of it. He's very much used to of that distance in his training. And he was, I think I saw him very happy with that one, and the coach indicating that, yeah, it's looking good. And with the second throw, he just added a few more force to it, which basically added another 50 centimeters to it. And yeah, but then other drama was taking place. The weather wasn't throwing well. Nobody was coming up to 82, 83. And I think I saw Neeraj watching everybody on field, when especially watching the Finland, was watching him throwing and thinking, how are they going to do? But I think having early lead really helped him to, see the reaction of the others. And the moment he sensed that there's nobody matching up to his distance, I think I saw him getting excited and smiling a lot. Well, normally he doesn't smile that much during the event of the course, but I saw him, like, even after second throw, he started smiling. And
yes, he was smiling.
He was
smiling, and he's brought a collective smile to every Indian. What a last 1.5 hours for Indian sports. Started with disappointment this morning with Aditya Ashok finishing 4th. Then comes Bajrang Punia, wins a medal. 6th medal for India at these games, equals the mark of London. And with one mighty hurl of that javelin, Neeraj Chopra has destroyed the cynicism surrounding athletics in this country. Hang on to those thoughts. Just gather your thoughts, Rahul. I'm just getting more reactions in. Ranjan Sodhi joins me now. Ranjan Sodhi, one of India's foremost shooters, recipient of India's highest sporting award, the Khel Ratna. He's a former world #1. He's an Olympian himself. He's won the Asian Games gold. But Ranjan, as a sports person, just tell me what's going through your mind, your emotions at the moment, just to see an Indian win an Olympic gold medal.
Well, it's not even sunk in, and especially in athletics. Athletics, everybody would say P.T. Usha finished 4th, Milkha Singh finished 4th, we're not going to get anything. But what this young block has done, it's amazing. It's just amazing for the Indian athletics. And, he's shown paths to everyone for the future. And what an incredible throw it was. And he was so confident walking into the stadium. I mean, I could see the confidence in his face and everything, and his whole attitude, his body language. It was just amazing what he did today. Abhinav always said that I need some company. Finally, he's got some.
Yes, but Ranjan, you have competed at the Olympics before. A lot of our other Indian sportspersons have competed before. Ravi Dahiya was there at these games, won a silver. Sushil Kumar won a silver. But why has it been Why is the Olympic gold the pinnacle, and why is it has always sort of been that elusive gold at the which is unattainable? Why has it always been that? And how has Neeraj Chopra sort of destroyed it?
Well, that's a very difficult question to answer. In fact, Abhinav won the first individual gold, and and shooting, I understand. I mean, I was still expecting a gold in shooting this time, but coming from athletics, there's something really, really special.
Hello.
It's really special coming from athletics, and I think it's remarkable. And what a day we've had! And as you mentioned about Aditi, I think she also did really well.
In 5 minutes.
And she's just missed by a whisker, and then Bajrang, and and now we finished the Olympic journey of 2020, winning a gold. So it was just icing on the cake, I would say.
Okay. Now, I'm going to pause you, Ranjan. We already have Rahul Pawar waiting for us from London. And I'm going to pause this because I'm going to bring up somebody on screen who has played one of the most vital roles in Neeraj Chopra winning this gold medal. You've seen her off and on WION, all through these Olympic Games. And let's get Manisha Malhotra on our screens. Let's get Manisha Malhotra on our screens because Manisha Malhotra has sort of overseen Neeraj Chopra's training regime over the last 3 or 4 years. And let's get Manisha Malhotra to sort of tell us what it means to sort of get this program underway, what it has taken to put Neeraj Chopra on the Olympic podium. Manisha, are you there?
Yeah, thanks, Jiggy. That's Manisha, very kind of you.
Are you smiling? Are you crying, Manisha? Let me first see you.
I was crying.
Smile.
I had to. That's why I took 5 minutes to come on, because I couldn't. I need to kind of control the tears. But I'm just so happy. But the real credit really goes to everybody: the Athletics Federation of India, Klaus, Neeraj's physio, Ishan, and then there's a whole slew of things. So it's always a team effort, and it's really because of them. This is the second gold medal journey that I have been seen from the inside, and it doesn't really get old. I mean, I have goosebumps just telling you this right now. The guy has come through adversity, his elbow, surgery. So I've said it earlier on a lot of forums that the COVID break was probably the most beneficial for Neeraj, and here we see why.
Okay, Manisha referred to that second gold, and she was part of Abhinav Bindra's team as well. And she's also, let me congratulate her, because one of her other wrestlers, Bajrang Punia, also won a medal. So Manisha, the last couple of hours have been absolutely sensational for you. Now, you're talking about Neeraj Chopra. I think I spoke to you a couple of hours back and you said we're winning gold. I was sort of incredulous. Now you please tell me, how did you sort of know that was coming? Did you all know that there was supposedly going to be something wrong with Vetter because he was clearly struggling? Did you all have some inside information as well? Because Neeraj's first throw sort of guaranteed the medal. But for him to win gold, he needed Vetter to have a bad day.
Well, I mean, Vetter has been having a bad day from the qualification. So Vetter did not look his best, and he looked vulnerable. So that was what was my premise of saying it. I mean, Vetter throwing 87, 88, 89 is definitely a beatable throw. So that was how I came up with that decision. I mean, I think that Vetter struggled even in the final due to the traction, and he was slipping a little bit. So that's unfortunate. I mean, you would like to see the best in the world go at it each other and add to kind of the drama. I wouldn't, but anyway, most people would. But a gold medal is a gold medal, Diggy, and you know that.
Manisha, as I told my colleague Molly Gambhir, I can't jump right now. There's a certain decorum that you've got to follow, even when it's breaking news and even when you've covered sport for such a long time and you've seen near misses. But just talk to us about his journey. We've seen him win medals. He's won the Under-20 World Championship, won the Commonwealth Games. In fact, he was here in the studio and just, with us here when he won that. He won the Asian Games gold. I actually saw him do that as well. And you mentioned the injury. At that point of time, if the Olympics had been held last year, it was doubtful what would happen. Just talk to us how he was rebuilt, and talk to us about what it takes to win the Olympic gold. What was the sort of training regime that you followed? The fact is, during the COVID situation in India in April, you all found a way to get him out of India, and he started training abroad as well. In fact, I think a few weeks back I spoke to you, you were in Sweden with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing now when you look at it, it's like the stars all aligned, everything came together. There was a lot of stress, there was a lot of things. I mean, the guy even with his elbow injury, I was dead against surgery. And I was like, we'll go to Munich, we'll go wherever, we'll go to see the best elbow experts in the world, and we'll try and avoid this surgery. And he was very, very clear. He told me, listen, I'm not going to waste time. I know what I need to do. Dr. Padiwala met me, and he thinks that this, just one small surgery is going to get me fixed. And he really took that decision. And I think that, an athlete always knows his body better than anyone else. And he was, bold enough to say that. He kind of kept me at bay, and I had to support him through that. And then as Abhinav has also said before, right, there's no shortcut ever. So I don't think Neeraj has ever skimped in his rehab. I think he went into his rehab 500%. I don't think there's one exercise that he could have left out. And he really diligently did that whole process. And then it was a matter of then getting him all back together. And the credit for this completely goes to Klaus, who's the coach brought in by AFI and the government. And I think that Klaus has been a fantastic addition to Neeraj's team. Again, something I was skeptical about, but I was proved wrong, and I love to be wrong in these kind of ways. And Klaus has been the calming influence. Klaus has kind of taken him through the paces and said, this is the process and this is how we go. We're not going to be able to be as strong as Vetter. We're not going to be able, maybe even be as fast as Vetter. But we definitely have different arsenal in our own thing to maximize, and that's our speed and our release, and that's what they've really worked on. They've gone into really lot of detail, broken down each and every throw, each and every one of Neeraj's practice sessions, whether it's in the weight room, stretching, sprinting, is videotaped and then analyzed by Klaus. So I think I can't say enough. I think that this, again, as I say, it's a team effort and everybody had something to do with it, but in the end, I cannot be happier for Neeraj. I cannot be happier for Neeraj.
Yes, we just seeing visuals of celebrations on at Neeraj's home. But Manisha, we've got Rahul Pawar, who's worked with the Athletics Federation as well. He's based out of London. Ranjan Sodhi, Khel Ratna awardee himself, is also with us. I'll go with you, Ranjan, first, because what do you have to say to Manisha? You worked with her as well. What do you have to say to her?
She knows it all. She pulls my leg these days. Manisha, well done.
Thanks, Ranjan. Thanks.
There we go.
Yeah.
And she's the mantra for the gold medal, I would say, So whoever needs a gold medal in the country, go to Manisha.
Okay. No. I think after this, Manisha, you worked on two. So I mean, you got to be heading the high performance program if that's possible. But Rahul, important point Manisha makes, that everyone sort of came together despite all the adversity. And I actually want to go back to even Mirabai Chanu. At that point of time, everyone sort of realized that here was this once in a generation talent. Everyone needs to come together to ensure you win a big medal at the Olympics. And here Manisha says that the government was involved. They've spent a lot of money. Let's not forget, a lot of money has been spent by the Indian government to train India's athletes. And then the Athletics Federation, there's always been question marks over the federation, but you never sort of doubted their commitment. And this is sort of a payback on all that they've done quietly over the years. They've taken the brickbats, but they've now delivered a gold medal.
Yes, you're right. The success to elite is not easy road. And as Manisha puts, that's the whole thing, the stars coming along together on the competition day. But again, that star does not come on its own. There are a lot of preparation goes behind. And I think what we see, the nearest success, is kind of the blueprint for the future success at the Olympics. It's amazing how his journey from 2013 competition, I saw him first time throwing 70 meter in 2014, and his approach to the competition, to the throws, has been the same. And I must say that, it's not easy to win at elite event in the Olympic Games. Neeraj been very lucky with a very good advisor. And I must say that Manisha mentioned about the Ishwar, his physio. He's like a shadow of Neeraj. I must congratulate him. He's the biggest force of getting Neeraj back on track. In 2016 with his back, 2018 his elbow, 2019 even during this lockdown period, and now recent his Europe tour. He's been instrumental into his keeping it in good shape. So that's all what we need. We need the same feeling what you get in your nice Patiala at the track of Tokyo. And how do you achieve that? And that's what Neeraj has managed to do it. He's been logging like every day on and off, 87, 88, and that's what he needed to do it on the track, and that's what he did. So yeah, it's a very long process, and elite success is not easy. There are many ways, and government has been supporting Athletic Federation. India has been planning for years and years and decades. We did get a lot of success. We did manage to go into the finals. We did manage to win lots of Asian medals, the Commonwealth Games in 2010. And yeah, the Olympic was the next step. And I'm so glad that we did that today. I'm so glad.
Yes, the emotion in Rahul's voice, I think, all of us sort of very emotional at the moment. But Ranjan Sodhi, having competed at the highest level, having been a world #1 as well, just as athletes, we're talking about the sort of fillip sport has been given, but just as athletes, how much of a difference does it make to your fellow teammates to suddenly see the guy next to you having an Olympic gold around his neck?
Well, when I started competing professionally, so I always saw Colonel Rathore, after he won the Ethan silver medal. So it inspired all of us. In fact, not only me, entire nation that time. So yeah, it definitely makes a lot of difference, and it just inspires everyone. So I think this is going to be a big one for Indian athletics, I would say, in coming years.
Okay, but just finally before I wrap this up, Rahul, you know Neeraj personally. You've seen him for a much longer time than most of us have. A few traits about Neeraj that people need to know, because I was told before these games that he's got the same sort of hunger to win an Olympic gold like Abhinav Bindra had long time back.
He's hungry. He's hungry for success, but he also wants to do it right way. And that's what he's always want to do it right way and in right state of mind. And he has always done that. He goes to the ground. He already knows he has won the half battle because he's in a good state of mind. You've seen him Commonwealth Games. You've seen him Asian Games. I've seen him in the Asian Championships, in the Asian Youth Games in 2014. He always goes with very calm and composed. He knows that what he's going to do it. He prepares. I met him in Asian Grand Prix circuit, and we spent a lot of time there. And he does reveal that he wants to prepare. He wants to be better prepared. I think that was his success today. That he was very well prepared. He's not leaving anything to the chance. And you see in the first throw, as I mentioned, he put the pressure on the rivals on the first throw itself because he don't want to leave anything on the chance. And he did it. He did it. It's amazing. It's this boy, he still have the same style. I must say, he tried a lot of different styles all these years. He tried to change his throwing approach. He's tried to change his stride pattern. But I think what I saw today is the same Neeraj Chopra in 2014. I saw him. He's doing the same kind of approach, which is very natural to him. It's just that he perfected that.
Not just has he perfected it, he's sort of gone and done the unthinkable. In Indian sport, winning an Olympic medal. Sorry, Ranjan, yes.
I keep getting, a lot of people during media, I travel around the world and I keep getting, Indians been referred as also rans. And today I can proudly say we are also champions, not also rans. Indian athletics is not also ran, it's also champions.
Yes, what a moment, not just for Neeraj Chopra. We've just had the national anthem. The Indian national anthem has played for just the 10th time at the Olympic Games. But Neeraj Chopra has made everyone proud. Everyone is proud. The entire country is celebrating. India has won a gold medal. Neeraj Chopra was the last Indian athlete to enter competition at these Tokyo Games. He has given India a golden farewell from these games. India has a gold medal from Tokyo 2020. Thank you, Ranjan Sodhi. Thank you, Rahul Pawar. May the celebrations continue long and hard. And Molly, I think I deserve a bit of a break to just celebrate.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.